It's been 6 years, OK? Are you satisfied with the government's progress, or do you think that they've been a bit sluggish in fully utilising our freedom from the EU? Have we spread our wings yet?
No, we haven't. And even allowing for COVID, and I think you do have to give an allowance for the fact that for 2 years, all the focus was on the pandemic and the economic consequences of that. But even allowing for that, the government has been very slow indeed to take real advantage of Brexit. Let's take the obvious one. We can now set our own VAT, and there's a huge cost of living problem. Why can't we take VAT off fuel? Why can't we do these things? And the answer is we can, but we don't.
Yeah, well, this is the thing, isn't it? So, OK, I tell you what. How can we make this better? So, I mean, immigration's a big one for people. And for a lot of people, immigration was probably the main reason why they voted Brexit. Not for everybody, but for a lot of people. And that's not got any better, Anne.
No, it hasn't. I mean, at long last, with the Rwanda policy, there are signs that the government actually recognises it's got to do something big. And as I have argued for years, whatever it does has got to be a major deterrent.
It does.
But for heaven's sake, we could be detaining absolutely everybody who comes across the channel meanwhile. And we haven't done that either, and I advocated that 20 years ago.
Do you worry we'll go back in?
I wasn't worrying about that until a few weeks ago, Tobias Ellwood said, quite blatantly, well, you know, if we didn't have Boris, a future Conservative government could perhaps renegotiate entering or re-entering the single market. Now, I wasn't at all bothered until I heard that. And then following that, there were various statements from the die-hard Remainers. So sadly, I think we do have to be alert. I would have said it was all over. Now I'm not so sure. And the way that we can make it irreversible is for Boris to take advantage of the Brexit freedoms. For example, if he were to take VAT off fuel, how many people would vote to put it back on in order to comply with EU rules?
Yeah. No, it's a really good point. And on that note, Anne, OK, just sell me what we've got so far. Tell me right now why the Brexit that, I'll say it's pretty obvious anyway, that I obviously voted for, right? The Brexit that I voted for, just sell it to me. What have I got? What have I got for my money so far, Anne?
Well, what you've actually got is an awful lot of freedom of which the government is not taking advantage. Right. So if you say, what have you got for your money? The answer is quite a lot. Are you actually seeing what you've got for your money? No, because the government is not doing what it should be. Now, Rees-Mogg has just announced a whole load of overturning EU regulations and that we're now free. Yeah, we've been free for quite a while, actually. Why is it taking this long? And how long is it going to take?
Well, we have, Anne. You know something there that I'll just say. Now, obviously our radio listeners won't be able to see that, but what we've just played over the... sorry, Hannah, over the top of your face, I'm afraid, was some pictures there of Parliament Square on Brexit Day. Now, I had the absolute... yeah, exactly. Now, I had... This was by chance, by the way. It wasn't planned. I had the absolute honour of being stood next to Nigel Farage on that stage out there in Parliament Square where... countless people, thousands, loads of people, tens of thousands of people were gathered. We sung the national anthem, we sung Rule Britannia, we waved our flags. And you know what my problem is with all of this? I don't think that our politicians sitting there in the House of Commons have got as much national pride as any of those people who were there in that square on that day. Because if they did, we'd have got Brexit done by now, wouldn't we?
Well, there's a handful of MPs that have got that sort of national pride, and it's probably due to them and the pressure that they turned on, or at least partly due to that, that we ever got Brexit in the first place. Of course, the crucial thing to remember is it's not 6 years since Brexit. It's 6 years since the referendum. We then spent years trying to overturn that referendum in effect, even if that wasn't what Parliament was saying. Then we spent another year on the trade negotiations, being assured that Northern Ireland would be sorted out. Of course, it wasn't. And so we've just wasted mammoth amounts of time.
We sucked the life out of it.